Good morning to you this morning. It's day 4 of our readings. It's not day 4 of Lent or of Advent, but it is day 4 of our readings. Today it's a short one, a very short one, by Henri Nouwen, one of my favorite kind of introspectional authors. He goes to the depths of our souls, of our being, with his words and his perspective. I repost a lot of his things onto Facebook just because it's good for us to, as believers, to get deep in these days of such a shallow culture, and we get swept away when we stay shallow by all kinds of various things. Because it is short from Henry, I will add just a few thoughts that sparked in my head as I read his words. It's entitled Active Waiting. Active waiting. Most of us consider waiting as something very passive, a hopeless state determined by events totally out of our hands. The bus is late. We cannot do anything about it. So we have to sit there and just wait. It is not difficult to understand the irritation people feel when somebody says, "Just wait." Words like that push us into passivity. But there is none of this passivity in Scripture. Those who are waiting very actively. They know what they are waiting for they know that what they are waiting for is growing from the ground on which they are standing. Right here is a secret for us about waiting. If we wait in the conviction that a seed has been planted and that something has already begun, it changes the way we wait. Active waiting implies being fully present to the moment with the conviction that something is happening where we are and that we want to be present to it. A waiting person is someone who is present to the moment, believing that moment is the moment. Obviously, with Advent, it's about waiting in anticipation for what the Lord is going to do. Waiting is what we've been asked regularly to do in these last several months. Please wait at home. But I would suggest that waiting that we're being asked to do, and I know there will be some who would not agree with this, that waiting we're being asked to do is an active waiting. A waiting that says, in doing this, we protect ourselves, we protect others, and we do not give the virus a chance to have a host. Think about active waiting. What's another phrase that is given to describe a pregnant woman? An expectant mother. This is mostly done in joy, and congratulations are given by others. Waiting for the day. Pregnant woman is often asked, when are you due? In other words, when is the day? You're in a waiting process now for that particular day. But that soon-to-be mother is not passive. Not only is her body busy growing a life inside of her, but she's making preparations, being ready for that baby to arrive. A farmer plants his crops in the field and then he or she waits. He cannot control the weather. He's much at the mercy of the weather. But he has done all he can do and will just have to wait until the harvest. But he is not passive as he makes sure that all of his barns are prepared and ready. All of his harvesting equipment has been fixed and prepared and is ready for those first signs of a ready harvest. A couple falls in love and becomes engaged. A date is set, but they are not waiting passively. The invitations need to go out. All of the details of the wedding and the wedding reception and who to ask and all of that has to be done. They are not passive. They are actively preparing for the big day. Jesus has announced that he will return someday, and he uses the analogies of a harvest and a wedding and a birth. We as Christians are not to be just twiddling our thumbs passively waiting. We are to be in preparation of the day of that coming Advent. Let's use the imagery. You see tree behind me, candles burning, decorations all around this room and around the house. Let's use the imagery of all the preparations that we make and that we are making. Shopping lists, gifts to give, decorations to put up. Let's use the imagery of all the preparations we are making in anticipation, an active anticipation of December 25th as a reminder, as reminders of all the more serious preparations we should be making in anticipation of Jesus' return. Date and time? TBD. To be determined. Be ready. Be prepared. And have a sense of anticipation that makes all other things pale by comparison. Have a blessed day.